Imagine this. You are solving a tricky question, your hand moves without thinking when the ball comes at you, and at the same time, your heart starts beating faster even before you realize why you are scared. What makes all of this happen? Is it your body or your mind? The answer lies in the remarkable coordination of the brain, spinal cord, peripheral nerves, and the hormones that run silently inside your body. Today, we are going to understand how all these parts work together to shape not just behavior but your experiences, emotions, reactions, and even your personality. This is part 4 of our biological basis of behavior series for first PUC psychology. Let's begin. Significance of left and right hemisphere. The brain is divided into two halves called hemispheres, the left and the right. Both halves work together, but each hemisphere has specialized functions. This specialization is known as cerebral dominance. The left hemisphere is usually more involved in language, logic, analytical thinking, mathematical ability. This means it helps you in problem solving, reasoning, reading, writing, and sequential tasks. The right hemisphere, on the other hand, is more involved in creativity, imagination, art, and music, face and pattern recognition, spatial perception. So, when you're drawing or listening to music, your right hemisphere is more active. But both hemispheres communicate through a thick bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. So they work together as a team. Functions of the hemispheres. Let's look at some functions in more detail. Left hemisphere functions: language comprehension and speech, logical reasoning and analysis, mathematical skills, controlling right hand movements. This is why people who are stronger in language or analytical tasks often use their left hemisphere more. Right hemisphere functions: recognizing faces and places, appreciating music and art, expressing and understanding emotions, spatial awareness and visual imagery, controlling left hand movements. Together, both hemispheres allow us to think, feel, express, and interact with the world in a balanced way. The spinal cord. The spinal cord is like the highway of the nervous system. It extends from the lowest part of the brain and runs down the backbone. Its primary job is to carry messages from the body to the brain and then carry messages from the brain to the body. It also controls reflex actions, fast, autonomic reactions that protect the body. For example, if you touch something hot, your hand pulls back instantly before you consciously register the pain. That happens because the message goes to your spinal cord, and from there, the reflex action is sent back immediately. This quick reaction saves time and prevents serious injury. The peripheral nervous system, PNS. It includes all the nerves outside the brain and spinal cord. Think of it as a network of wires connecting the central nervous system to every part of your body. The PNS has two major divisions: somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. First, somatic nervous system controls voluntary actions like walking, writing, talking, lifting objects. It carries information from your sense organs, skin, eyes, ears to the brain, and from the brain to the muscles. Second, autonomic nervous system. This controls involuntary actions like heartbeat, breathing, digestion, glandular activities. The autonomic system is further divided into the sympathetic nervous system, prepares the body for action and stress. The parasympathetic nervous system helps the body relax and conserve energy. For example, when you are stressed or afraid, the sympathetic system increases your heartbeat and breathing. When you are at rest, The parasympathetic system slows down these processes. Thus, the nervous system and the peripheral system work together to maintain balance in the body. Now, let's move on to another major control system of the body, the endocrine system. While the nervous system sends electrical messages through neurons, the endocrine system sends chemical messages through the bloodstream. These chemical messengers are called hormones. Unlike nerve impulses, hormones work more slowly, but their effects are long-lasting and widespread. Hormones control growth and development, metabolism and energy levels, emotions and stress responses, sexual behavior and reproduction, sleep cycles, appetite and digestion. Thus, the endocrine system plays a major role in regulating behavior, especially emotional and physiological behavior. Pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is also called the master gland because it controls other endocrine glands. It is located right under the brain and works in close coordination with the hypothalamus. It secretes hormones such as growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, gonadotropic hormones. Each of these hormones influences growth, metabolism, stress response, and reproductive functions. Because it controls these glands, even a slight imbalance in the pituitary gland can affect multiple bodily functions. Thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located in the neck. It secretes thyroxine, which controls metabolism, the rate at which the body uses energy. When thyroxine levels are high, a person may feel restless, anxious, and lose weight. When thyroxine is low, a person may feel tired, mentally slow, and gain weight. This shows how hormones can influence not only physical functions but also mood and behavior. Parathyroid gland. The parathyroid glands are 4 tiny glands located behind the thyroid. They regulate calcium and phosphorus levels in the body. Calcium is essential for bone strength, muscle function, nerve impulse transmission. Thus, the parathyroid glands indirectly support both the nervous system and musculoskeletal behavior. Thymus gland. The thymus gland is most active during childhood. It plays a key role in the immune system by helping the body develop resistance to infections. While not directly linked to behavior, a strong immune system contributes to overall physical and mental well-being. Pancreas. The pancreas releases insulin and glucagon. These hormones control blood sugar levels. Balanced blood sugar is crucial for stable energy levels, alertness and concentration, mood stability. Low insulin leads to high blood sugar, a condition called diabetes. Blood sugar imbalance can cause irritability, lack of focus, and fatigue, all of which influence behavior. Adrenal glands. Each adrenal gland sits on top of a kidney. They have 2 important parts. First, adrenal medulla. This inner part releases adrenaline, which is also known as epinephrine. Then, noradrenaline, norepinephrine. These hormones activate the fight or flight response, preparing the body for sudden action. Heart rate increases, breathing becomes rapid, and muscles get ready for action. This response affects affection, fear, and emotional arousal. Noradrenaline also increases attention, alertness, readiness to respond. This is why we feel energized when we are excited or anxious. Second, adrenal cortex. This outer part secretes corticosteroids, which helps regulate stress responses, metabolism of fats and proteins, salt and water balance. High levels of these hormones over long periods can lead to stress-related problems like anxiety and fatigue. Sex glands. The sex glands, also called gonads, include ovaries in females, testes in males. They release hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. These hormones control sexual development, secondary sexual characteristics, emotional behavior during adolescence. For example, teenagers often experience mood swings, intense emotions, and changes in behavior, largely due to hormonal changes during puberty. Exocrine glands. Finally, let's briefly look at the exocrine glands. Unlike endocrine glands, exocrine glands do not release hormones into the blood. Instead, they release substances through ducts. Examples include sweat glands, salivary glands, digestive glands. These glands are important for digestion, temperature control, and lubrication, but they do not directly influence long-term behavior like hormones do. So, let us conclude. The left and right hemispheres have specialized roles. The spinal cord carries messages and controls reflexes. The peripheral nervous system connects the body and the brain. The endocrine system controls long-term physiological behavior. Hormones from glands influence mood, emotion, stress, growth, and behavior. All of these systems work together to help you think, react, feel, grow, and survive. Students, if this lesson helped you understand the biological basis of behavior, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment below what topic you want next, and share it with your friends. And do not forget to subscribe for clear and easy psychology videos.